Hi, it's Brian again. We're going to go over some more tricks, and this week we're going to go over some cool bending tricks to kind of spice up your playing even more so. Last week we went over kind of a combination of bending and sliding, and we're going to kind of focus a bit more on just pure bends this time. So most people, when they play the A minor pentatonic scale, as we've been going on over the course of the last few weeks, they have a couple stock bends that they do. One is a full step bend at like the 7th fret on the G string. Pretty standard. A full step bend on the 8th fret on the B string. And then full step bend on the 8th fret again on the E string. So a lot of people have those 3 bends down, but you can experiment bending a lot of other notes in the scale, including notes that you wouldn't traditionally play as right notes. You can take all the missing pieces in the scale, and you can take these wrong notes and bend them up to right notes. For example, you can do something like this, do a half step bend. It's kind of like a Django Reinhardt-esque kind of thing, like those little half step. It's a little bit more exotic, but it works really well if you're also bending the minor third to a major third. So you're kind of bending a right note into a wrong note, but you'll actually find that this kind of bend from the minor third to the major third is actually really bluesy. Even if you're in a minor key. Really cool. You can even take that major third, that wrong note. If I played that over a A minor, it would sound super odd, right? But you can also bend that up a half step as well. It's all about how you resolve the note. You can do some bends in between. So like if I took this shape on the top 8, 7, and 5, which is basically we're adding the minor or the second, the 9th scale degree to the scale. You can bend up to that note, and that sounds awesome. You can bend the 5th fret on the D string, and you get up to the major 7th. I'm basically bending up to a wrong note, but I'm resolving it to the root of the chord. So it sounds awesome. You can bend the flat 5, the blues note, up to the perfect 5th. So I would take that scale and really mess around with those half-step bends. You'll be really surprised at what you get. So sorry, I keep getting all these like notifications. But check this out. I'm just gonna play and improvise within the blues or the blues pentatonic scale, and just use these and the notes in between, and just kind of overdo it a little bit, and you can get some pretty wild ideas. So I love bends, and I hope you do too. Like you can really with bending, there's a lot of freedom for self-expression. So you are really saying something, and there's a lot to explore and a lot of things you can do with them to really make it your own sound. So explore those bends. Like just try bending wrong notes, right notes, whatever. And don't be afraid of doing the wrong thing. Just make your sound. All right. Check you next week.